Got you shackled in my arms of you. See nothing. That's not. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give some music. Need some. I need some. I need some. I need some young. Right. I need some young. Like, see now, now I got you in my space. Won't let go of you. Now in my embrace. Let go.
I owe you queens for my whole life.
It's a conspiracy.
Y'all know black girls don't get enough hype. First things first, let's all address this elephant in the room. Like, why people gotta disrespect our women thinking that shit cool? Skin color with a nice guy, still shine brighter than the moon. Shout out to the queen who carried and fed me for 9 months in the womb. Black men shitting on black women. I swear we living in a sad world. I'm protecting y'all like Batman, cause y'all stay by my side like Batgirl. Paradise full of black queens, yeah, I wanna live in that world. Yeah, all women beautiful, but right now I'm talking to the black girls. I love you and your natural glow. Love the way your drip naturally flow. Y'all don't need all them skin products and them hair products. You knew that from the go. If your hair not usually straight, then baby embrace that natural fro. You don't need my validation when I'm telling you something you already know. This is my thank you to you all for being my light. Holding us down from the beginning of the fight. I owe you queens with my whole life. Yeah, y'all know black girls don't get enough hype. Yeah. When we was in them streets and we was marching for our rights, put yourself in harm's way protecting kings. You should be somebody wife. Cause y'all know black girls don't get enough hype. They'll trash black queens on the net, but we know in person they would care. 4C straight and curly. All of y'all got the good hair. So what you got, wig or weave? They wear them too, why would I care? Only reason bitches hate is cause they know they can't compete where they don't compare. Bitch ass black men try to dog y'all, fuck with them niggas stinging. They can handle them a strong black queen, that's why we call them the weakest links. These clown ass niggas like to talk shit like they wouldn't never wife y'all. They gon' get a white girl with a 10 that wanna be just like y'all. Dark skin, brown skin, light skin, we got beauty in all types. Nothing like a black girl, melanin popping hard up in the sunlight. Out of all the women God created, he chose y'all to get a world life. And that's barely even scratching the surface, but y'all don't never get enough hype. This is my thank you to you all for being my light. Holding us down from the beginning of the fight. I owe you queens with my whole life. Yeah, y'all know black girls don't get enough hype. Yeah. When we was in them streets and we was marching for our rights, put yourself in harm's way protecting kings. You should be somebody wife. Cause y'all know black girls don't get enough hype.
Here. Right? Let's get it. Welcome. Tonight is it's September the 5th. September the 5th, 2025. Yes. The last night of the first week of September for conversations with TNathan. Um, that doesn't mean we won't have conversations this weekend. We won't have them tomorrow, probably, unless it's really late, because I have a full day tomorrow. We have a full day tomorrow. Sunday's my reading day. But if anything happens, it'll be late night when we get around to it. But welcome, Conversation with TNathan. I am TNathan. This is the conversation, and I hope you find something. You might not enjoy it, but I hope you can take something from it. Um, and I want to, like I say, tonight is movie night, so we're gonna do an abbreviated show for about 30 minutes, unless I get on a soapbox. And anybody who knows me can tell you, there's a possibility that T Nathan will wind up on a soapbox at any given moment. It is a gift, because that's what we do here, conversation. Um, And what did I want to talk about tonight the most is a video I just made concerning what is transpiring with the job number. So I'll give you a little insight for those of y'all who don't know that the job numbers came out today. Also, I'd like to know how y'all feel about High to Low by the time we hit the movie night. I haven't seen it, but I see what you all are feeling about Denzel Washington, Spike Lee joint. But anyway, um, what the job numbers said. Our economy only added 22,000 jobs for August, and July's July's job report was even downgraded. I wonder who you're gonna fire this time. So we fired the person that you didn't like the numbers last time, and you got worse numbers this time. And yeah, then the Scott Bessingen talking about, well, they will be revised up by next month, and we'll be back. I was like, yeah, oh, sure they will. Sure they will. But that's not even the worst part of this. The worst part of it is unemployment ticked up to 4.3% national. How bad do you think unemployment actually is for black and brown communities? If it's at 4.3 national and mediocre white men still have jobs, that means it's higher for marginalized communities. So, and who is hurting by it? And you all remember, I don't know, sometimes y'all remember things I say, sometimes you don't. But I talked about this before. So let's go listen to what I have to say. Now, as Black August comes to a close, and the Trump administration is showing us that it wishes to rewrite. Long video.
So this video is for those people who are talking about they're sitting out. You know who you are. So the new jobs report came out for August, and unemployment is up, and the economy only added 22,000 jobs in the month of August. Now, I could have a whole video talking about how Donald Trump didn't like the numbers from July and fired the commissioner of the Labor Department because of it, appointed his own director of the United States Labor Department, and the numbers are even worse. But I digress. But back to you people who are sitting out or were happy that Donald Trump was deporting immigrants, talking about they were taking black jobs. Well, I have a question for you all. Are you all still planning to sit your do-nothing asses out now that the unemployment rate for black people specifically in this country has risen to a high that has not been seen since 2021? And for you rocket raccoons, and hold up just a moment. Let me clarify what a rocket raccoon is, because some of you all don't know your rocket raccoons. But if you share my skin tone in any way, shape, or form, and you're out here swallowing the glizzy of white supremacy or carrying buckets for white supremacy, you are a rocket raccoon. Now that we have that clarified, let me get back to what I was saying. And you rocket raccoons who are out here championing this administration's deportation policy, talking about it's going to help the black community and help us find jobs. Like, I guess you wanted to work in the field doing migratory work chasing strawberries, but I digress. Now that this administration has deported at least 200,000 individuals and on track to deport another 100,000 before the end of summer, and not to mention more than that have been scared off of their jobs, explain these numbers. Unemployment rate is now at 7.5% amongst black people in this country, up from 7.2% last month. And once again, that is the highest rate it has been since 2021 during the pandemic. Now, I have a question for you all who follow those people who are sitting out. But first, let me lay this foundation. Some of us were out there protesting when the federal government was talking about cutting federal jobs, because we understood that cutting of federal jobs would disproportionately affect black people, especially black women. And so far, over 300,000 black women have lost their federal government jobs because of this administration. So my question to you all,
Are you all going to continue to follow the people who are telling you all to sit out and also are saying they love black women and to protect black women? Because one of us loves black women and will protect them, and one of us doesn't. The choice is yours. Y'all have the day you deserve, and may the ancestors judge you accordingly to their work. So, um, there you have it. I especially, yes, I did. I targeted all those people talking about they're sitting out, weren't going to do anything. Talking about they're part of the 92%. We're not the same. We're not the same. We called this. We called this. I told you that these numbers were going to disproportionately affect black and brown people. When you had black people cheering on the deportation practices of this administration, no matter how inhumane they were, no how much they reminded us of Jim Crow, they were cheering them, talking about they're freeing up black jobs. Well, I guess you're going to go chase some strawberries around migrant farms, right? I guess you're going to be out here picking grapes in California. That's what you want, right? Because we have over this country in the 200,000 number is just the ones who have been deported. That doesn't count the ones that are in detention without jobs, waiting to be deported, or those who are so scared that they don't go to work anymore. And still, the black unemployment rate ticked up to 7.5%. It's not working, is it? This is why I tell you I know racists and bigots when I see them. Because racists and bigots are more interested in feeling good in their racism than about being good by economic policy. They will shoot themselves in the foot if they think it will hurt black and brown people or gay people or people in the LGBTQ community. I should be more specific. Um, more. They would. These numbers reflect that. When you look at these numbers and you look at the fact that I told you, and if you listen to us, we told you. Who did we tell will be disproportionately affected by these figures? We told you black people. And we told you specifically that a certain group of black people will be hurt, and that will be black women. That would be black women. When we were watching people lay off in the Doge initiative, people were like, "Oh, we don't need this, we don't need that, and we're fine with it." Who did it disproportionately affect? All those people out here talking about protecting black women. Who did these numbers disproportionately affect? And still, I hear crickets. I hear crickets. I'm trying not to get on the soapbox because I'm also irritated when people don't respond to my goddamn questions. Um, I hear crickets that no one seems to have anything to say. Nobody has there are no think pieces of lives going around on these numbers today, are from those same Rocky Raccoons that were just so happy and dancing in the streets. Where are their think pieces at now? Where are their think pieces at now? Where are their panel discussions when the numbers are telling you the story? Yeah, yes, at the same place, same place. Does anybody care? I wonder. Does anybody care? Is that an easier question to answer? Does anybody care about anything I talk about? Does anybody care enough to engage? Do we care enough to at least talk about it? Because I don't think so. Entire strawberry fields in Tampa are rotten. I see that veteran. It was the cat. Don't shoot the cat. Let the cat make it. Let the cat make it. But I don't think people care about black women anyway. I really, it's not just that. It's just the idea. Oh, did I tell you the video I just showed you? got violated. He got violated on TikTok um, for hate speech because I was talking about the Department of Labor, this administration, Rocky Raccoons, and racism bigots. I get a strike for racism. I had to write an appeal. That's why it's like if you haven't seen it, it's because it was not up. Um, I put it up earlier, and it just got put back up. But I always download my videos, and if you can't see my videos on TikTok, usually, um, even though I did get a violation on YouTube recently, but they're usually on Instagram. So if you really care about anything I talk about, just follow me there. It's the neighbor's cat. What is it with you and the neighbor's cats and dogs, Rain? You might as well just keep them. They're always showing up. Right, Amy? Why you should just keep them, Rain? Um, yeah, it gets violated, and that's what it's like. Sometimes it's like I'm telling people it's not. I don't blame the medium. If it's gonna violate me anyway, it's gonna be violated. But I do blame people that call themselves activists or revolutionaries that don't follow the trails. That is on you. That is on you. What's up, Reese? That is. So we're watching black and brown, black women, black brown women, women of color are the ones that are really disproportionately hit by this. And then add to the mix, um, men that can tell you they don't like anything that's not natural, but they don't even know they have fake ass friends, and you have a recipe for disaster. But I also want people to stop holding these think pieces. It's like I was like, someone sent me a live that I used to like, and I had to block them from sending me lives because I do that. If you try to send me something and you can't send me something, that means I probably have blocked you from sending. That time blocked you from following me. But I have a tendency. I think I'm going to start cutting off my messages because even the people that I know, I don't think y'all really know me. I really don't because you all continue to send me things I don't ask for, and we make all kinds of excuses for why. And I'm trying not to snap, so I just think I'm just gonna turn off. Uh, most of the messages I get are bullshit anyway. So I think I'm just gonna cut them off because at the end of the day, I can't believe you sent me a video of something I made a video on 2 or 3 hours before you sent me the video. I really that really blows my mind. It's like you want me to really believe you a supporter and a follower when you literally sending me a video of some mediocre white person that I asked you not to send me, and you send them to me anyway. Like that's an exception. So I'm just gonna cut that off, so I won't have to cuss you all out. I want to segue. I want to talk about this, but I also want to talk about another issue that is going on before we get to movie night, and wait for my chief of security. Oh, there it is. But I want to talk about this video also I posted. Let this sink in. In light of the mass shooting that occurred at Annunciation Catholic School, the DOJ of the Trump administration is mulling over ways to restrict transgender individuals from owning guns, a violation of the Second Amendment that somehow white men hold to so dearly. This is the action that this administration wants to take in light of the fact that transgender individuals represent less than 2% of the mass shooters that have taken place in this country's history. This is the action this DOJ would like to take in light of the fact that the perpetrators of mass shootings in this country's history are predominantly male and overwhelmingly white. DOJ wasn't mulling over banning the rights of mediocre white men on May the 12th, 2022, when a racist walked into Top Market grocery store and proceeded to mow down 10 black people for just existing. Wait a minute. Maybe DOJ is mulling this over because it took place at a Catholic school in the church section, right? Hmm. But I don't remember DOJ mulling over the idea of restricting the rights of mediocre white men when Dalen Roof in 2015 marched into the Mother Emanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina, and proceeded to kill 9 black people. Did I miss that? Did anybody else miss that call for action by DOJ? Maybe it was the victimology at Annunciation Catholic School. They were children. But I don't seem to remember DOJ calling for a restriction on the gun rights of mediocre white men when this mediocre white boy walked into Sandy Hook Elementary School and proceeded to mow down 20 children and 6 adults. Does anybody remember anybody in DOJ doing anything more than sending their thoughts and prayers to Uvalde? Anybody? So, this administration is seeking to limit the gun rights of people that are most likely to be the victims of violence, while not trying to do anything to restrict the gun rights of the people who are most likely to commit mass shooting violence. The hypocrisy is real, the hate is real. And I'm just going to leave this right here. And Pirate, thank you. You asked a good question. Thank you for asking a question. Um, because how they're going to enforce it, they're going to enforce it as arbitrarily as they enforce anything else against marginalized communities. They're going to enforce it by ways of mm, making laws that first go against the very idea of what transgender is by talking about body dysmorphia more than they're talking about true transgenderism. They're going to make white men are going to interpret these laws and mm, put them into play and somehow get around constitutional law. Do I think this is one of the times where it's so funny to me, right? This is one of the times when the second time I will see in the history of this country that the NRA will come out against the government because gun sales are gun sales, because it all gets down. That would be the only reason. That would be the only reason this doesn't become a thing. It's because the NRA is one of the biggest lobbyists in Congress, and they will throw money around like it's water, and they will work against this because it's still buying guns, and that's all. But yeah, they could do it. But the idea that they even mulling it around shows you that they can limit guns to mediocre white men that are the bearers of most mass shootings. But the hypocrisy is real. It's real. It sounds good until Martin Taylor Greenfield wives get turned. Can always count on you. I can always count on you to hit the use your humor to hit the nail on the head on the head. But this is it. The idea, this is the thing. Idea that is a thing is the problem that shows me what we operate in. And like I say, I keep telling you all, because people keep talking about the broken system. The system's not broken. I don't know why y'all keep believing. I hate listening to looking at my comment section saying, "Oh, the system's broken." The system is not broken. The system has never been broken. That's the problem. It is working exactly the way it was designed. And as long as you all keep thinking it's broken, you're not going to do anything to break it. You're not going to do anything to help. Like I said, I watch people, and I really want to know one thing I would say about when I look at panel discussions. When I used to look at panel discussions and people would have these back and forth maggots, they care. They were never quiet, no matter what. In service to their choice, they were never quiet, no matter what. Conviction like I have a little. I see a spot. I was like, where's this spot at? I have to try to get it. So I'm wondering if it's not on me or it's who. So they buy into their convictions. That's one thing I will say. Two things I noticed: they buy into their convictions. They're loud and vocal about their convictions, no matter how wrong they are. They're going to get their point across, no matter how stupid their point is. They push back. They give input. I got people going around and are quiet in the face of gerrymandering because it's in service to a higher cause. And I told you, I was telling you about Texas. I say I would let them go ahead. I said it when they said run out of town and keep the quorum. Oh, they just still gonna get it. They still gonna get gerrymandered because you're gonna come back home. You're not gonna stay gone indefinitely. You're gonna give in, just like you gave in before. So why leave? Why leave? Because you only think of things on a local level about fighting. Instead of saying, hey, y'all jury, man, y'all get y'all jury set up, y'all get everything set up. We don't let the Supreme Court rule about it. But in the meantime, if we're gonna use our platform instead of running to Chicago. Uh, it's so funny. Side story. The idea of running to Chicago or Illinois, talking about gerrymandering, shows you don't know the history of gerrymandering in this country. You ran to Chicago and Illinois. You might as well went to Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. It, hilarious. And I think that's what's so funny. I think one of the things my mother said to me when I was young really hits home. She said, the more you know, the more pain it causes. And at first I was like, Mom, I don't know everything. I want to know everything. And I don't wish I didn't know as much as I do, but it just irritates me sometimes that I can't get other people on the same piece of paper. No matter what I do, I try everything, and I can't get people to see the hypocrisy. I can't get people to see or speak out and realize that being silent in the face of it has never worked. Um, that does, and I wonder and I push, and the host community of the student of children, they get it, they get it, and I'm wondering how do they get it, and these so educated don't. I really wonder it. I just be looking, I was like, children. We're reading 1984, and I was all prepared to in depth explain 1984, and we're going to be a form. Yes, they are. The oldest one is 15, and the youngest one is 11. And yes, we're reading out, and we're reading 1984. And the idea that they grasp it so easily, so simple, where I've had people that have read it and say something, I'll be like, what book did you read? But anyway, that's just an. I don't know. I don't know. I am. I tell people, you should be happy that trans people are reading to your kids because they don't have. They have a higher than eighth grade reading level. Maybe that's the problem. I think that's part of the problem too. With these women, moms, mad and all that, um, because their reading level is not on the reading level to even read to your kids. So I guess that's part of the problem. And I don't mean to come off like an elitist because I don't even consider this elitism. It should be basic understanding. How can people live in this country with this government and not know how it works past a certain age? I just, that's willful ignorance. While we're running around here watching you all call MAGA supporters ignorant, I think it's willful ignorance not to know how the government works in a country that you lived in all your life and you're over the age of say 30. I think that's a problem. I think you don't care. You don't care. It is what it is. Moving right along. Um, so taking up a little longer than I planned to because we're going to watch the Iron Fall because my super security has not seen it yet. I want him to see it, and I know he's been kind of down lately. So going to watch Harder, and better show up. You better show him some foot, and you better pretend like you like it. Show up. I haven't seen it. You haven't seen it either. Good, good. Now I got really mad that she was curious. So, like I said, and I don't know if I'm gonna get around to it because I don't know how long it is. I guess I should look and see how long it is. But I have High to Lois, well, new Denzel, new Denzel. I also have Posse because I was like, I was gonna be, but I was like, we might have to watch. I but and I was like, but I am opening up right now. If you all want to get open and stop listening to me prolifically um, on people of the world, just want to have a Friday night, laid back, mindless entertainment. One of the most social conscious westerns I've ever seen. You can't escape me. One of the most social conscious westerns I've ever seen. One of the best acted westerns I've ever seen, and actually have relevant historical facts. So you don't have to hear me. I promise I won't do commentary for it. I will not do commentary. Be quiet. I will even keep my soapbox ass off film, off of video tonight, because I know I get in these moods, and I need to step back and reevaluate. Join my fan club. I don't have any fan club. Yeah, so I did just opened the Twitch stream is open, and I was going to get this out of the way so you all can get some rest. Say it's a long day tomorrow. What's up, Tiberius? That y'all know who James T. Kirk is? You know what the T stands for? It's how many nerds I have. How many blurs I have. Who knows what the T stands for? James T. Kirk. Like deep questions. No, Tiberius. James T. Kirk. And the T stands for I will touch anything that's no matter what color it is. He was born in Iowa. So T stands for it's my least favorite. My least favorite. That's what my name is. What's the least to spell it? Okay. Yeah, that's what made me think of Tiberius Kirk. Cisco all day long. I'm selling you. Cisco and Janeway. And it depends on what time of year it is you catch me, right? Because Janeway, stop it. Don't play with me about Captain Janeway. Captain Janeway. I mean, yes. All right. So, holiday fall, y'all can start filing in. I'm not going to go on a rant. I promise. All right, Patrick, get you some rest. Yeah, I think none of the Kirk family is in it. Even when we go back to Enterprise, none of the Kirk, none of them are any of my favorites. I like, I like Enterprise. I don't like Enterprise. I didn't like Enterprise. I didn't. It wasn't that it was badly written. I just didn't like the actors that played in it. It was like, um, I like Picard. I like Picard. I like the storylines of the alien of the android and in the card series. Uh, Seven of Nine is one of my favorite characters in the Starship in the Star Trek universe. I really like Seven of Nine. I like Jerry Ryan playing her. She did a phenomenal job in all the series. And like I say, she was on Voyager, and of course Voyager. I like the Dominion, so that is Oh, it is. I like Drac. But see, I like all the characters that not named James T. Kirk. Every, Kirk was just one of my least favorite. His whole family, his whole family, least favorite characters in Star Trek. It was like Kirk was just, I guess, because Kirk was just so mediocre. He was a typical sci-fi mediocre white man that kept falling up. Yeah, he was just everybody around him had to be phenomenal. Kirk would just stumble his way. Yeah. What's up, Mr. Vibes? What's up, Grayson? I see you. I don't know. Can you hear me, Grayson? I don't know if y'all can hear me. Yeah. Is it because they were Iowa? No. No, you're from Iowa. I like Iowa. I like Iowa. I just don't like James T. Kirk. Listen, and his acting wasn't that great. And this was like when you put him around. I remember when they put him in. Remember when they had the crossover one? It wasn't First Contact. It was the one where the Whoopi Goldberg was in there. They had the ship, and James William Shatner was playing. And it was like, dude, everybody around you is like overacting you. It's like he was in scenes with Whoopi Goldberg that hurt me to watch. It's like, no, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. And I don't think it's like I didn't like William Shatner. It's just I didn't like James T. Kirk. It is stuck. It's stuck. It's just stuck. All right. How many of y'all coming over? I need to shut this down to get you all in there because y'all want me to talk. I told you, I'm not going to talk all night. Matter of fact, you know, recently tell me, hey, um, DJ, yeah, DJ, I told you, I know, I'm late, I told you I was going to get out here by 10:30. And what time? It's like it's all their fault, DJ. It's their fault. I'm going to engage in the fight. 9 minutes late. First, we're going to sign out of GCPR. Good one. Monday. Uh, we'll be back on it. And tonight, we're just going to have some senseless, mindless fun watching a social commentary. But all black cats of a Western. Because that's my idea of relaxation. And you know, I have a good one, right? And yeah, the Department of War coming soon. See, I shouldn't have said that because now I really want to talk about two things that I'm not going to talk about, maybe, but we'll get. Let me get out. All right, first, GCPR, peace. DJ, sorry, don't be here talking about the renaming of the Department of War to the Department of Defense to the Department. Do you understand? I just have to say, this. Do you understand how much it will cost in just transferring, making the Department of Defense the Department of War on paperwork alone? The only thing you leave behind is not bad. Yeah. All right. All right, y'all. The Dark Knight don't start me. All right. Don't start me. They're over in here waiting for me. So I am going to start the movie. Movie started. Movie started. Can y'all hear? Movie started. Movie, y'all hear? Y'all can hear? I
Not
really
at the
think,
table, son. Come on.
but yeah, get on over.
Grace first.
You know better. Father, we are gathered here to share this food in your name. Bless this food into our bodies, O Lord. Bless our hearts.